Welcome to Dining Room Stories with Omar and Andrea, where we take you behind the scenes of the restaurant business world with stories and conversation that inspire. Today, we are joined by one of the most amazing Italian-Australian entrepreneurs. Immigrated to Australia in 2004, originally from Sicily. Is the founder of an award-winning artisan cheese company, that's Amore Cheese. Welcome to Dining Room Stories, Mr. Giorgio Lingua.
Omar, thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction and for the title and everything else. We still try to be very humble, even if we become very popular with our company, that's Amore Cheese.
You are very popular, Giorgio.
Thank you.
Giorgio, welcome to Dining Room Stories. You arrived in Australia in 2004. How was Australia in 2004 when you first arrived?
Well, super simple. I arrived in August, 19 of August 2004. 19 August I remember because I left 18 of August Italy with a beautiful weather. If you think about August, I was 10. I was coming from Italian summer. August is still a center of a summer. My activity before leaving Italy was bringing tourists around the Aeolian Islands around with the boat. So my last few months of activity in Italy, okay, I've been an advertiser, I've been a foodie with my shop in the Aeolian Islands called La Bella Eoliana, but the last couple of months before coming to Australia, I was bringing around some business cards with Giorgio, organized a tour around the islands. There was, I remember, a sea turtle image in the back of this business card. I was leaving to the hotels and to the accommodation and bars around Salina. And I was collecting some booking from tourists and I was bringing them around the islands and go around. So Vulcano, Stromboli, Lipari, Alicudi, Filicudi, Panarea, and show them around the islands. Very simple life. But very empty for me. Because even if I was in contact with very good people and nice people or some entrepreneur, I still remember there's a beautiful dentist from America, a lovely family, a lovely guy, but we spent a few days. I actually spent the full week with them, bring around the full islands. I was still the boat guy. So the life in Salina was nice, but was coming to a end. I was need to restart from scratch. So I have an uncle in Melbourne, my mom's brother, Uncle John Sottile, and he invited me to say, Giorgio, come to Australia, maybe change your life. I said, Uncle John, I see how I go in the next couple of months, I'll let you know if I will come. So when come June 2004, I call him back and I said, Uncle John, I decided to come if still the offer still okay. Say, yes, come along. So I arrived, left summer in Italy, come to Australia, full winter still. You can imagine cold. In Melbourne on the 19th of August, it's still cold. But when I land 11 o'clock at night at the Melbourne airport, I can tell you the experience was exactly like this famous, popular television program called Border and Security. So they stop me, they check everything on me. My auntie said, Giorgio, can you bring me some capers? Yes. So the quarantine guy checked the capers, checked the Malvasia wine from Salina, check my credit card and everything else. And
did you have kids at the time?
I have one daughter in Italy.
Yep.
She grew up in Salina. She was just 3 years old. Finally, she's here back in Australia with me since last year. So I arrived in Australia, and then on driving from Tullamarine to Moorabbin, where my uncle was living, I experienced a little journey of wow, I like Australia. I started to like Australia. It was 11 o'clock at night, but I don't know what, there was a good feeling about. Melbourne was a really welcoming with a very good feeling. It was a serene night. I was amazed from the lights of Melbourne coming down from the Tullamarine Freeway and the Kingsway, and I have a very good impression. This was a fantastic feeling on the way to Melbourne. So I worked for the first year in a fruit shop, some family friends, fantastic experience, very good people. They welcome me into the business, into their life. They teach me the first word of English. I was not talking any English when I arrived. So I remember the first person walking inside the fruit shop and say, "How are you going?" And for me, I don't have idea what it was meaning. And then, so I start to learn some English. I remember after a couple of weeks living in Morebin and Bermoris, I was working in this fruit shop in Bermoris. Fantastic people. I remember my cousin that brought me in Carlton for the first time. And now in Carlton, I discovered people talk Italians, more Italian faces. At the point I said to them the week after, "Listen guys, can you bring me to Carlton again, please? I need to breathe some Italianity." Yeah, this was at the time. At the time when I came in 2004, there was not many Italians of my generation traveling to Australia or emigrating to Australia. So I felt like it was one that not many people. Italy was not really living still the recession, then went the calm just a few years after. So I was just one that not many Italians was moving to Australia. Again, Australia was for me a super welcoming place. I fall in love about Australian people. They're really genuine, friendly, interested genuinely in what you are and what you're doing, open mind, humble. I meet people with a lot of money.
How did you go from a boat guy, like you define yourselves, or an advertiser, to becoming a very recognized artisan cheesemaker with a global company?
Very simple. My dream was having a business. I see myself very creative and I want to do a business. Then from the fruit shop, I went and worked in a cheese company. Another day, I discovered to have a talent. My first experience in the cheese company was that I liked the cheese, I liked the environment, but there was some mystery behind because my ex-boss was very mysterious. So getting a book and reading some information and put together this information from the book together with the practical work I was doing in the factory, brought me to experiment in cheese making at home. And I discovered that I become very talented cheesemaker. Why I discovered? Because in very easy approach, it was easy for me creating a cheese. Think about one ingredient, it's just pretty much milk. From milk you can create, think about how many products you know from milk, from just cow's milk. You know products going from yogurt to mozzarella to parmigiano to Swiss cheese to cheddar to there's thousands of products. The difference how you making this product is just a little variant, or about understanding the raw material. There is also a live element. Milk is a live element, changing every day. Depends from which variety of cow coming from which land, what variety of grass they're eating, what period of the lactation they are. There's so many things that are variant. And just in the way you change the approach on the process, it can change the results. So this was very challenging, but very easy for me. So I developed and I discovered to be a great cheesemaker. Very naturally. And from that, I implement all the passion that I have about business. I have a background as an advertiser back in Sicily. So in my business, I was able to experiment all the marketing idea I have, all the advertising idea that I have. I was no need to ask anybody permission. So I was try some stuff was going well, some stuff not. Talk about marketing ideas and project. But overall, the results now, they can say a majority were a success. In the reality, the success is not just about what you achieve. It's also about what you fail, but you still get it back to your feet. We make so many mistakes. I can't tell you how many, about everything. Every success you have a 3 faults at the least, minimum.
That's for sure.
This is all about business. People in business understand that. I was not coming from a business background strong like now. So I also was needed to develop this business mentality where you understand that managing problems is a part of the job. I was not understanding why people can't see this, why people doesn't have a common sense, why collaborators or customers or this or that, things can't go smoother. It's a part of the game. There is a problem every day. As a business person, you must
understand business.
And your job is fixing this problem, found systems that help you to make this problem to go more smoother. Yep. And this is.
Your first product was now called bocconcini leaf, which became an instant hit with Italian restaurants. But I know a funny story that was, bocconcini leaf was called with another name. Can you tell us about that?
Well, after a few months of illegally processing cheese at home, my customers tried to grow the business. My customer said, Giorgio, we like your cheese, but you must get it right with your license and stuff. Otherwise, we can't buy from you. And this gave me the right input to stop making at home and looking for workshop. And register name, get a license and everything. So when I register the name and I in charge this, engage this company for marketing company to create me the logo. The name was That's Amore cheese. A lot of people say, why you choose That's Amore cheese? Because that's Amore. Amore, I believe in Amore is the key of good results in everything you're doing. If you do everything, whatever you're doing in life, in whatever sector, if you put love in what you're doing, the results is definitely going to be good. So the word amore means love, and that's amore means that's love. So this is the romantic side of this name. The more practical side was that as advertiser background, I was thinking about to be able to use this very famous Italian song called That's Amore cheese. That's Amore. From Di Martin. Then I realized when I started to work, then there was a copyright, I couldn't use this song. But in the beginning, the idea was to be able to use it. It's a unique song. Why is it unique? Because Italians, the song is in English. Beside a few words in Italian like a pizza, pasta e fagioli, but the song is in English, and Italian people doesn't understand exactly the meaning of the song. English people, because there's so many Italian words in the song, they think it's an Italian song. So both community thinking that this song belongs to the other world, but in the reality, this song connects both worlds. It's connected the English language talk with Italians. So I think it was a perfect connection for my Italian style cheeses with the Australian community. Now, when I started, then the marketing company, they created me the logo. They said to me, Giorgio, can you also give it the name of your cheese so we can create a label? I said, listen, the cheese is called sfoglia di mozzarella. Sfoglia means leaf, means sheets. So, okay, how you translate this? I translated mozzarella sheet. And then, they start to work on that. And I was talking at home and repeated this word, the mozzarella sheets. I couldn't pronounce this word. The word was completely coming the wrong way. It was coming like a mozzarella sheet. I called the morning after. I couldn't sleep at the night. I said, guys, as soon as it was 8:30 in the morning, I called early before office hours. I said, guys, can we please find another solution? I can't pronounce this mozzarella sheet properly. I'm scared. Can we change the name? And actually very kindly come up with the different names. Giorgio, what about bocconcini leaf? I mean, it's a leaf. Oh, yes, thank you very much. I think it's a perfect solution.
This has become one of the most iconic products in the That's Amore cheese, you know.
In the beginning, it was the first unique product.
Absolutely.
Then after that, I started to make, this was April 2004 when I became full-time and I started to develop other cheeses, the ricotta. Some cheese we start to produce were completely, I don't want to say new for the market, but new for the palates.
But you've been the pioneer of burrata in the Australian market, right? You've been the first to do burrata in Australia.
We are just the first company. I was not just the first person to make burrata in Australia. Even the ricotta, our ricotta, I named the ricotta delicata, was completely a revolution for the market. Our ricotta was smooth and delicate. People can enjoy the ricotta from eating with a spoon on the top bread, on a toast, where before my colleagues were making ricotta was a granny texture, very hard to eat like it is, was more for cooking. The burrata, I remember still Chef Simon, one day I was delivering to his restaurant some other cheese, mozzarella, this and that. He said, Giorgio, do you make burrata? I said, yes, we're starting very soon. In the reality, I never saw burrata before coming to Australia, because at the time, 20 years ago, burrata was very regional, coming from Puglia. So what I did, I started to looking video and reading about, looking video on Instagram, on YouTube and internet. Instagram was not existing. Facebook was not existing.
Yeah, Facebook is 2008.
Correct. Oh. And I start to look at video about burrata. I start experimenting and presenting to Chef Simon. And after a few experimenting, we approve one type of burrata was suitable for him as a restaurant style burrata. We created in these years that burrata is being designed by the chef. What's the difference between the burrata from Italy and the burrata from Australia? Very simple. When we started to make burrata, we tried to do... the burrata has been an evolution for the Zamora cheese, because again, I didn't learn from Italy how to make a burrata. The difference now, they are big. In Italy, the burrata, they go made from... A majority of the burrata in Italy get made from some little percentage of local milk and a big percentage of milk then coming from North Europe, often from Germany. And they using in the burrata UHT cream. It is no a secret. Whatever company in Italy, the majority of industrial company, the burrata that coming from Italy, air fried or frozen, is done with UHT cream. So I believe a lot in freshness. We're using Australian milk, and the difference between Australian milk and European milk is that the cows in Australia grazing freely on the paddock. So they're eating grass, fresh grass, every day from the paddock. And so the milk is more seasonal, different from season to season, more yellow because they eating the green grass, they absorb the beta carotene from the grass. But coming from animal, they're much more healthy because grazing freely on the farm, the cow is on this natural habitat and is stay more healthy. In Europe, the cow eating in the shed often is high. It's more easy to transport the fresh grass, and plus often they have pellets. So the milk is different and the cream is different. We use in Australia fresh cream. Our burrata is a little bit more runny, so contains more cream than what the Italian burrata contains. This means when you open the burrata from Italy, normally it's more dense inside. The filling is the stracciatella. Stracciatella is the filling of the burrata. It means a little shredded mozzarella mixed with cream. In Italy, it's more dense. In Australia, it's more runny. Why is it more runny? Because the burrata is being designed in Australia from the chef. all the celebrity chefs, they been want to have a burrata that when you cut into, the gooey stracciatella is able to pop out and mix with the other ingredients they're using on the dish. Burrata also has been becoming the real protagonist on a dish. It's the only cheese that has become the star of the dish into the dairy industry. We have so many cheeses, they are probably better than burrata as a flavor and texture. We talk about blue cheese and Parmigiano and Pecorino and Manchego, whatever cheese you want to create from and feta of good or more or less quality on feta, but can create a combination in dishes. Yeah. But the burrata has been the real hero of a dish. And into the dairy industry, has been a real protagonist on the dish. Amazing.
You're also writing a book on burrata.
Yes,
right?
yes,
coming
yes,
out
yes.
very soon. In September, no?
In March, we should come out with this burrata book we put together. We have a couple of chefs have been collaborating. One is Carlos Naspiran, is our chef at Amore Cheese, our executive chef. And Dario Di Clerico is also my partner and the mind behind the Ugo Burrata Bar and South Melbourne Market. They've been putting a lot of effort into creating the recipe for the book.
How many cheeses are you producing right now?
Between different variety of cheese, a different name and size, is about 60 different cheeses.
In 2010, you took over the Donningbrooks Cheese Factory. What was the turning point that made you decide to scale up the business, and now being a global brand, like producing over 60 cheeses and exporting to over 10 countries?
Well, 2008, I started the business. For 2 years, I rented some space inside another cheese factory. It was a space, was not a definite space. The definite space was just whatever was needed. This cheese factory was accommodated to me. In 2010, I rented Donnybrook Cheese as a space. So it was a little factory with also cows available and fresh milk every day. And the factory was furnished with some equipment. So it was perfect for the time we moved in. But from 2010 to 2012, I saw the business have some huge growth. And I was already feeling then in 2015, when it was expiring the contract, in the space I was going to be tired. So you have to organize yourself. You can't really... the beauty about Australia is we come into Australia by ourselves, with no mom and dad, with no uncle and grandfather. So you need to organize yourself. Like me, it's you and so many other people. There's nobody you can ask suggestion on something that is coming from your in circle, we're coming from your side. You have to take advantage of what is your instinct and your ideas. So I saw this business growing and I thought to myself, I'm better organize myself better because in 3 years' time, I'm not going to have a space inside this cheese company, these premises. So I found a gentleman. Then he built it for me. Actually, he asked me, Giorgio, when you want to start this project to building a factory for you? I said, straight away. He went on the market, he found 3 block land, 2 in Campbellfield, 1 in Thomastown. When he proposed to me, I went and inspected these 3 sites. It was just land. The 2 blocks in Campbellfield were more smaller, regular, in the middle of the industrial area. The 1 in Thomastown was bigger, was next to the freeway. I can see the business there to another dimension, especially because I have a vision to open up a shop that was going to be really busy and bring another revenue. A retail shop. So I decided to 1 in Thomastown. This gentleman built it for me, and we moved in March 2015. The space was huge for the business at the time, but we're growing.
What was the space? Like it was too much for the business?
Well, we moved from a place in Donnybrook was 200 square meters to a place that was 2,500 square meters.
Wow.
So huge. We was spending so much time walking between one station and another one, because in Donnybrook we don't have space, not even to hiring another extra person. And over there, the full team of 23 people was look like we were lost. Anyway, we moved the team from 2015 to now, from 23 people to 144 now.
Amazing. You had an incredible, career, and, you are creating a global brand. It's amazing what you're doing, really.
Thank you.
What was the most challenging moment in your career, and how did you overcome it?
Well, there's been challenge in all different stage. Each stage of a business is giving us different challenge. In the beginning was creating a team that I was able to feel the business secure. What it means? I was myself early in the morning making the cheese. Every single piece of the cheese was passing from my hands. I thought the only secret in the cheese, the secret of my business was making the cheese. So I teach secretly some staff, especially my manager, Ellen, she's still the production manager. I teach her to make the cheese I was making, and then she became better than me on that. And in years I realized that was the challenge at the time. Then there was other challenges. Growing the business, facing the bank, facing the difficulty. There's been a challenge in all different level. COVID arrived, COVID was gone. Now, that's Amore Cheese, after 16 years, I have a team of 144 people, including a CEO. I don't need to be there. I managers. There's a beautiful board of managers between general manager, production manager, marketing manager, export manager, sales manager, finance manager, and QA manager.
Did you envision this company and this organizational structure, or somebody helped you create that, or was it in your mind?
I've been myself thinking about. I've been seeing myself a company. I've been compared the company like one of the biggest company in the world. Again, in business, if you know every vision, you can create. So what I did, I was visualize the vision. What do you want to see? What do you want to be in 30 years' time? You want to be the biggest company? Let's not forget company, even if I mention some names. I don't like to advertise any other name. But if we think about Ferrero, Galbani, this company, they're born exactly the same way I born. And we talk about also Amazon and this and that. We talk about company they're born small, they become big. But it's just the vision that make you become big at a company.
But it's not that easy, because it's also the person, behind the wheel. And I understand what you're saying, because I'm going through the same thing in my companies. And, going from a small business of very few people operation to grow a global brand is not for everybody, let's say. People think we all can do it, but it's not for everybody, because it takes so much resilience and mental toughness and being open to new ideas that, not many people can do it.
Well, in theory, everyone can do it. In practical day by day, it's not for everyone. Again, the vision is the big things. And also, you have to see yourself in the picture of this vision. And you need to grow with yourself, you need to improve yourself. For creating a big team, you need to be able to give a trust, to inspire them, to give them the same vision of yours, to give them the same value where you believe.
But delegation is not for everybody. And in these regards, how do you transition from being a business operator to become a business owner?
You have to, all business people dealing with Gaviscon, I believe.
Anxiety.
So it's always hard to let it go, especially when you care about something. But there is no other key. Delegate, give a trust, and believe in people. I am people person. I believe in people. I believe in people value. I don't believe in the word business is business. Often in business, you hear this word, business is business. In the beginning, I was not really understand this word, actually criticize this word, because I was thinking, behind this word, people really don't care about other people. Using the word business is business, this means because a business and need to be a business, I can also be bad to you as a person. Today, I understand then business is, if you want to grow the business, you have to put some discipline. And your team have to put some discipline. I have to tell you, there is some human cases. We have in these years some some colleagues they've been facing some challenging on personal terms and healthy problems, and we try to support them. It's still nice to think about. You try to use words that the business has been given to you to help somebody that really need. So people also is very important. People make the difference in business, and nobody is necessary, but everyone is different, and some people make the difference in business.
And I can tell as a customer of yours, your brand reflects your human values. That's why it's so successful, and it is a representation of who you are as a person.
Thank you. In the reality, I've been trying to transfer this value of, I call customer service. We talk about business. In my last meeting to my part of my new team, the old team, I said, what's our business? Somebody says it's cheese making, somebody is making the best cheese, somebody is hospitality. I said to them, our business, yes, is all this, but is mainly customer service. With customers is the most important things the business have, and sometimes it doesn't value enough. Customers is the add value of a business. Actually, it is the business, because you can make the best product, you can have the best service, the most beautiful van, the most beautiful marketing, the most beautiful logo. If you don't have customers, you got nothing. If you don't have a customer service, it's hard to manage customers. So customers at the end come to what is the final delivering what you're doing. And what's the customers? It's the people. Who's the customers? Is your best friend. I always say this to my team. We have people in our cafe, in our restaurant, or people that buy our cheese. They are our best friend. How you treat your best friend when you go home, when they come in your place? You give the best food you have, the best drink you have. Try to put them the best music. Give them the best of your lounge, of your whatever living area, and try to give them the best company, the best experience for the 2-3 hours a day coming to your house. They come into your house, or they come into your cafe, they come into your restaurant, they come in your life for a few moments. This is still what you want to give it to them. So at the end, it's a customer service.
Absolutely.
If we want to simplify the word.
Yeah.
And this is the soul of our job. Create a good experience for the customers.
Creating
if you
emotions.
do that, sorry?
Creating emotions.
Bravo. Congratulations for your book.
Thank you.
I can't wait. Thank you for giving me a copy of a book with your dedication, and I couldn't wait to reading your book.
Thank you so much.
Definitely is creating emotion.
Absolutely.
Emotion is what's making the difference on our day-by-day life.
I've been saying that for the past 10 years. Now I'm starting to get some recognition for it. No, it's good. Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's hard to find people that think like us, but more time you spending, you found more and more people that think like us.
You kept a strong focus on artisan and made cheeses. How do you balance traditional methods with the demands of scaling the business?
discipline, like everything in life. We try to not compromise. Actually, no, we try. We definitely not compromise the quality of the product that we want to promote it to our customers. So for this reason, we use, we at the moment we contract 5 farms. They are located in West Gippsland. For our experience, we found Gippsland to be the best source for the milk, for the cheeses we're producing. For other cheeses, there is all Victoria producing beautiful milk. But for the cheeses we're producing, we found Gippsland to be the best region. We experienced in the years West District, North District for the milk. The Gippsland has been the best. We selected 5 farms that balance very well the kind of milk we're buying. There are 3 farms that are the Frisian cows. I don't know if you know, but Frisians, they are black and white cows, the typical black and white dairy cows. They're called Frisian. And then 2 farms, they are Jersey cow. Jersey, there is very popular in the dairy industry because it's a smaller cow, a little brown with beautiful eyes and beautiful eyelashes. And but the milk is more creamier, more yellow. But for my personal opinion, the flavor profile is completely different, much more tastier. We blending these farms together, the trucks collecting every morning, bring to the Amore, then we pasteurizing ourselves, we transforming the milk. But again, we're not compromising. From day one, we never use a preservative and we don't use any color. And we've been educating the customers to use a cheese with a short shelf life, despite the short shelf life, as long as the quality is there. So we're teaching customers the mozzarella to be more soft, but try to use as fresh as you can. People understand it very well if they buy fish, salmon, oysters. You can buy salmon and oysters, keep it 1 week in the fridge. The same thing is with fresh cheese like mozzarella, ricotta, burrata. You can buy, yes, there is expiring date, but if you use it the day after you bought it, it's better than wait 2 weeks.
A controversial question.
Please.
Vegan cheeses. What do you think about that?
I don't have nothing against the vegan. They believe they have some beliefs, but often I meet a vegan. I ask them if they are vegan because they have healthy reason to be vegan, like allergic or something. And I invite them to use vegetables in the way the vegetables are. What it means: cauliflower and potatoes and beans and carrots, eat in the way they are. Why you want to have a processed food like a vegan mozzarella, vegan cheese is a super processed with adding other protein to make the taste, the texture look like a real mozzarella. Why look for that? Why stream? Enjoy the veggies in the way they are. And this is my philosophy, no processed food. Talk about vegan. I invite all the vegans to enjoy organic vegetables, because the real hero in the battle for the environment and the city, they are organic vegetable producers and dairy farmers. Why is that? Organic dairy producers, they do everything with organic procedures. So they're using organic manure, they're not spraying the land, they don't spray the plant with poison, and they work with the season. And they try to create a fruit and veggies. They are healthy, and they are produced with a healthy way, an ethical way. Dairy farmers, what are they doing? They don't spray the land. They use the manure from the cows for fertilize the land. They planting trees for shelters for the animals, for the cow. And this tree become a home for possum, koala, and birds. They don't spray the grass, because grass, I don't know if you know, but grass have small flowers, very, very small flowers, and need a small insect for pollinate these flowers. Otherwise, grass can't reproduce themselves, can't do seeds. So they don't spray the land. So they look after the environment. What conventional agriculture does, they remove a tree, they remove rocks, they poison the land because they couldn't have a ladybug, a bird, a mouse, a little lizard inside the farm because it will damage the crop or whatever fruit and veggies they're growing. So they killing everything. So if you're vegan, you should look at this and take the right direction. And this is what I try to give the right impression to everyone, and everyone can take whatever direction they want. We're not babysitting here. You want to be vegan, but think about what a vegan conventional agriculture does. Some things with the bees. I don't know if you know, but bees, all the farmers, when is a time of flowering, when the farms, orchard or tomato or what can I say, a almond or watermelon or tomato on the farms, you go the flowers opening, you need some insect and pollinators. Beekeepers selling bee box to the farmers, but this bee box, after the 1 month of impollination, this bee box, they don't have a queen. They have a little bit of gel with the pheromone from the queen. So these bees, after a month.
What you're saying is sometimes, we want to do good for the world, but probably we do the opposite.
Well, I try to give you the right information. At least you know what you're choosing. You're choosing to be vegan. It's a good call, but be also
honest and open.
To
something else.
But you can be vegan, no problem. You can be also not vegan, no problem. But at least you know what's happening out the city. People that don't know what happened out the city, in the farm, in the conventional agriculture, or in dairy farmers, or in organic agriculture. There's a lot of things.
Or at least you should have more information.
More information. Get more information. At least you can decide and not be influenced from trends.
Giorgio, what's next for That's Amore cheese?
Well, somebody asked me, what do you want to do with That's Amore cheese? 16 years ago when I started. And very romantically, I said, I want to all the Australians family to have in the fridge some mozzarella, like Italians, to enjoy a caprese salad every week like they do in Italy. This was my dream. So education, we do a lot of education, we do a lot of events where we try to teach the product, how to use better the product in die-by-die cuisine, die-by-die applications. My dream is exactly the same. After 16 years, I want to bring this Italian product of fresh mozzarella. There's nothing to do about the mozzarella you're putting on the lasagna. We talk about big bocconcini called mozzarella. We call fiore di latte. Also is another Italian name, where you can enjoy sliced on your plate with some salt and olive oil and enjoy as a meal. We want to bring more of this product in the Australian table. Still the same dream.
Amazing. What advice would you give to a younger Giorgio if you would have started today?
The journey has been hard, but it's been the journey of the Amore cheese has been, as a business that's growing with a lot of pain, but I will not change anything. One thing I will say to young people is get a vision. Today there is the young people tend to look for the perfect job. I don't believe in the perfect job. I believe in a job that gives you the chance to achieve your dream. So get a dream. What I like to say to young people, get a dream, otherwise your life will pass. We have it to a hand. Get a dream. Big or small, doesn't matter. Get a dream.
Giorgio, thank you so much for joining us at Dining Room Stories. Ciao and grazie.
Grazie a te, Omar. Thank you very much to you and all the people that will listen to this podcast. Thank you.
Welcome to Dining Room Stories with Omar and Andrea, where we take you behind the scenes of the restaurant business world with stories and conversation that inspire.